Well, the league is definitely turning over. We're definitely seeing, multiple new styles of play coming in. It's not just one cookie cutter, pass the ball around, shoot threes. You're seeing teams like Minnesota who are they're leaning on their defense. You know what I mean? Those type of teams that are coming back. Sounds good to the Grizzlies if that's the way teams are winning. You know what I mean? The big men are coming back. You know what I mean? All those type of things that we're seeing in the league now. With that being said, the old dudes are getting up out of here too. The LeBrons are starting to look old. Steph Curry looking old. Kevin Durant, first time ever. Neither one of those three guys are in the second round of the playoffs, right? So with that being said, what are your opinions on this paradigm shift that's in the NBA, this new version of the NBA? And I'm gonna make this a two-part question.
Yeah.
You also get the conversations about the new faces of the league, right? The Anthony Edwards, the SGAs, the John Morant's, even a guy who's not even, people are still putting him in that conversation, a guy who hadn't played much in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you think a guy like Zion Williamson, who we've seen a healthier, trimmer, more conditioned version of him, do you think he's a part of that face of the league picture? Because of course he was coming into the league. He was the next LeBron. Like, he was the next face, no other faces to be named. So what do you think about the direction of the league, and do you think Zion is a part of that conversation?
I absolutely welcome the ushering out of the old heads. Like, I have this extreme like LeBron fatigue. Like, I don't like the way that he's covered by the media, and it makes me tend to not like him. And it's not even his fault.
Yeah,
it was never his fault. I feel like Steph is somebody I've gone back and forth on too. Like, but at the same time, like, Steph has had a great, a very decorated career, but his time in the league is almost up. And so moving forward with the new faces of the league, like your John Morants and your Luka Doncic's and whoever else, even Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I think that Zion, he was the most anticipated prospect since we had seen LeBron come into the league. But now he had 4 or so years until Wemby came along, and now it's like Zion's he's out of sight, out of mind, and he missed so much time. Like, he missed 1 full season because he broke his foot, and then he missed the beginning of his rookie season because of whatever with his knee and so on. And just like so many different things have added up to where people not thinking about him no more. And I just saw somebody posting about this recently. They're like, who's the face of the league, blah, 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 this person, that person. Zion's never in that conversation. And he made me like amongst his peers, but just like on NBA Twitter, the discourse never, ever involves Zion. And it's not necessarily his fault. I think he just ran out of time. I mean, he had a lot of unfortunate injuries, but I don't think that people look at him as someone who's going to be the face of the league moving forward. And I mean, even Anthony Edwards could be part of that conversation, but does the league want to like put him on? Because they're going to market whoever they want to market, right? And I feel like he's very marketable, but for some reason it seems like the league not leaning into it.
Because they know it's a clown. They know it's a clown inside.
He going to say whatever.
Out, right?
He going to say whatever.
They learned from John Morant. You better vet these dudes toughly. And the dude who's coming to inbounds and eating Popeyes on screen and
he on the Bally's mic, bro. The mic is hot, bro. We heard what you just said.
They know a clown is in there, man.
That's why they can't promote him.
Don't get it twisted now. But that brings up another point. Of course, we're joking. We're having fun with this. But another point is, I brought this up a few weeks ago on the show, is that in today's era of the NBA, the way that we consume the NBA, the term face, like single face of the league, is such a ridiculous statement to make. Because if I'm in New Orleans, if I'm a New Orleans Pelicans fan in Virginia or Galveston, Texas, or wherever, China. Zion Williamson is the face of my league because I can streamline my NBA experience where all I watch is New Orleans Pelicans games. Like, I don't like the whole face of the league conversation is so wild because there's so many ways to consume the league. Like, for instance, I use my son all the time. My kid does not watch NBA games. Like, he does not have the patience to sit down and watch an NBA game. He can tell you more about what's going on in the NBA and with his favorite players than I can, because he has a customized experience on YouTube where he can tell you everything that's going on. Right?
That's different.
That's the beauty of the league. Like, to say that there's one guy that's the face is it's an asinine statement to make. In 2000.
I think that whole conversation just comes from the fact that as a society, or maybe just as internet sleuths, we're addicted to debating and arguing about stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be a conversation at all, but it's a topic, and so then it's something that is going to continue to get discussed. But
are there more NFL players that could make it an NBA or more? It's such a
come on, we that bored?
One dude was like, John Morant could be an awesome wide receiver. Well, I'm glad we got him as our point guard, because I don't care about none of that stuff.
Yeah, once that boy get hit, I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. John get his ass tap one good time. Like, what are we talking about?